War never changes. Fallout 4 is the new big open-world adventure RPG action game to hit the holiday season this holiday season. Created by Bethesda Softworks, Fallout 4 is actually the latest in the Elder Scrolls series. The story to this game goes like this. It's been about 100,000 million years since Skyrim. All the orcs and the elves and the wizards, they've all invented new technologies like cars and nuclear cola, and thankfully they've also invented really cool guns and rockets and shit. In this modern time, you play as two evil mirror demons. You escape from the mirror and then you never appear in any other reflection ever again. You take over this person's house, I'm pretty sure you killed them, and you stole their baby. Their baby's black, even though neither of you are black. It's pretty fucked up that he stole a baby, but you are mirror demons after all. But just as you're about to enjoy your new life of changing a baby's shitty diaper and beating your robot slave, this man fucking busts you. He comes to your door and tries to throw you in the vault. So you get rid of him, but the butthole drops bombs all over the world anyway, so you don't got a choice. To the vault you go. War never changes. Being a brand new modern game released in the last months of 2015, Fallout 4 naturally has some of the best graphics seen all year. No expense has been spared as some of Bethesda's greatest texturers have made beautiful graphics for you to feast your eyes upon. In past Bethesda games, animations always seemed a little off, but they've done a great job this time around in Fallout 4. Gone are the stiff, rigid, uncomfortable-looking citizens of Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Now we have people who move fluently, and facial expressions that let you know exactly what's going on without even having to pay attention to the dialogue. Of course, all the improvements to the characters in this game necessitized an overhaul of the dialogue and interaction system. In previous Fallout games, interacting with NPCs involved picking from multiple possible responses that could lead you down a dialogue tree that could potentially take you to a completely different story. Fortunately, Bethesda went ahead and streamlined things for Fallout 4. Instead of having a big ol' list of boring words you needed to look at, now you can just pretend you're playing your favorite RPG that's actually just a third-person shooter, Mass Effect 3. Just press one of those directions. There's only 4 possible things you can say. And if you say the wrong thing, you're just gonna loop back and get to pick the right answer anyway. War never changes. Believe me, gamers, I know firsthand that sometimes it's just too easy to get engulfed in actual gameplay. You're so engulfed that you don't care about the story or the dialogue. Fortunately, Bethesda solved this in Fallout 4. Every character you can talk to has an ability called
Interaction Absorption.
What this ability does is when you get close to a character, you get sucked into their
Orb of Discussion.
When you're in the orb, you're required to say something to them or walk far away enough from them that it doesn't happen again. Trying to shoot someone? Trying to pick things up? You're in the orb of discussion, now speak with me. Thanks for reminding me to take advantage of all this incredible dialogue, Bethesda. I don't know where I'd be without you. Now you might be saying to yourself, Rockcock64, how the heck did Bethesda make so many improvements on the same engine they're using for Skyrim? Bethesda couldn't have made all these improvements without building the game upon a brand new engine. A brand new engine that's still recognized by the editing software that shipped with the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and the game uses the same console commands from that as well. War never changes. The main story in Fallout 4 is extremely enthralling. I found myself getting pulled into all the cool characters. My favorite character was Nick Valentine. He's this really original concept. You see, he's a detective. He's really original. He's an old-timey detective. Some people might say that his mannerisms and way of speaking are all a tired stereotype that got old in 1954, but they don't know anything. I'll have you know the entire programming department at the Bethesda headquarters all comes to work wearing fedoras, and they never take them off. The joy of progression has always been a big draw to the Fallout series. starting the game off as a lowly guy wearing a vault suit and swinging around a broken pipe. The true fun in the game is those hours you spend working your way up to becoming the Wasteland's badass, armed to the teeth with powerful power armor, brutal deadly miniguns, and beating the crap out of Deathclaws. That's where the true fun of the game is. Wait, what? Hold on, I'm being told you get the power armor, the brutal machine gun, and you murder the shit out of the Deathclaw in the first mission of the game. War never changes. I'm really impressed by all the promises that Bethesda director Todd Howard made for Fallout 4 that he successfully delivered on. Did you know they recorded 1,000 of the most popular names to be read back to you in dialogue by your robot butler in 2 short interactions at the very beginning of the game and never again? But some of the best improvements made here are the ones you barely notice. Like how Todd said there would be no loading times in Fallout 4. And there's not. This isn't loading, this is learning. Learning about the video game. And Todd's promise of more FPS-like gameplay came true. This is a real Twitch shooter right here. I feel like I'm playing Call of Duty sometimes. The previously overpowered VATS from Fallout 3 in New Vegas has been successfully balanced. Before, you could just stop everything and get like unlimited headshots on anyone who got in your way. That wasn't great, that was broken. Thankfully, this has been fixed up. Now when you use VATS, every shot missed at nearly point-blank range makes you wish you had just not bothered with it, and that they would just take it out of the game completely if it's gonna be this goddamn worthless now. War never changed, judges. You don't have to worry about being frustrated with putting points into your abilities anymore. Abilities are completely gone. All you gotta worry about is your special and trying to figure out how the hell the fucking perk system is supposed to be navigated. I think transferring over the frustration of trying to figure out how to balance your character into trying to figure out how to navigate the obtuse perks chart was only a logical step forward. One of the most highly anticipated new additions to the game is the brand new stronghold building. You're able to collect up a bunch of people and just take a base in the wasteland. You can go craft things and collect resources. It's just like the hip and popular cool game Minecraft that all the kids are playing today. The building system just works, and it's very intuitive. You're able to build structures that fit in perfectly with the beautifully crafted world around you. It's so natural. War never changes. And the world truly is beautiful in the post-apocalyptic nightmare of Fallout 4. Here we see ourselves entering the biggest city in the whole game, Diamond City. Marvel at this amazing feat of human ingenuity that looks like it could house about 12 people. It's really a bustling metropolis. Society has been so busy advancing their amazing super cities in these past 200 years that no one even bothered picking up all the junk laying on the floor from the previous 200 years. The maps in Fallout 3 and New Vegas were so big, it was just too easy to get lost in them, and then you don't know where you're going, and then you just give up and throw the game in the garbage. It's quite fortunate that Fallout 4 fixed this problem. The map has been streamlined. From one edge of the map all the way to the other, it takes about 14 minutes walking. If the Morrowind engine supported cars, that would only be a 4-minute drive from one edge to the other. And this 14-minute walk from one edge of the map to the other, it's truly a harrowing experience. When I did it myself, I came across like 3 bloatflies and a mud crab, but I just kept walking at a leisurely pace and they didn't bother me. Imagine how exciting it would have been if I came across a cave or like an abandoned tower or something to go into. Thankfully I didn't. I don't think I could have handled that. War something something. When I did finally come across a dungeon in my travels, it was one of the most grueling dungeons I've ever played in my life as a gamer. I got lost practically instantly and didn't know where to go. The puzzles? I had to press the upwards of 2 buttons to get through some of the doors. And don't get me started on the nail-biting suspense of having to disarm so many deadly traps. It's no fun wandering the wastelands alone. So that's why I'm glad that Bethesda has stepped up their companion game. You run into Dogmeat the first thing. You can command him to walk to places so he can get stuck pathfinding there, and when he gets injured, you can waste a stim pack on him because he'll just recover on his own without it in a few seconds. Even without giving Dogmeat commands, he still does some pretty useful things for you all on his own, like getting right up into your line of sight while you're trying to snipe the shit out of some raiders. And if you're really lucky, he'll take over your activate button, so when you're trying to pick shit up, instead you'll be just telling the dog to run up in your face and get in the way. It's important to have these improved companions with you, because not only has their AI been improved, but the AI of all the deadly bastards you'll come across in the wasteland has also been improved. If this isn't an incredible battle of the wits right here, I don't know what is. War never changes! If you're unsure of which console to purchase this beautiful game of the year on, might I suggest the Xbox One? The Xbox One plays Fallout 4 at the most cinematic frame rate possible, averaging just over 20-25 frames per second, and the frames per second will even go as far down as 0 frames per second when you're walking through Diamond City. That goes beyond cinematic frame rates. You're past movies then, you're getting the frame rate of a beautifully painted masterpiece in the fucking museum. Overall, gamers, I'm sure 3 months into development they were already designing the Game of the Year edition box, because Fallout 4 is officially Rockcock 64's Game of the Year 2015. Bravo, Todd Howard. Bravo, Bethesda.